This is Tim Albright with AVNation with an InfoComm 2018 special. What we're doing is we are previewing InfoComm 2018. The annual North American Audiovisual Trade Show happens June 6th through the 8th in Las Vegas, Nevada. With me today is Arlana Seymour from Christie Digital. Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome. Hello, Tim.
A couple things real quick, and actually before I forget, you guys are in North Hall 706, N706. You guys have had quite a remarkable year. It was a year ago, this InfoComm 2017, where you guys kind of released and let out to the wild and showed folks what you could do with the Christie Terra, your AV over IP solution. We got to see some really cool stuff at ISE this year. So if I'm walking through the North Hall and I run into the Christie booth, what am I going to find?
Well, one of the neat things about the position of where we are with N706 is pretty much as you walk through the entranceway. So you'll walk directly into Christie's booth, which is fabulous. And I think probably the biggest thing that you're going to see straight off the bat is some interesting examples of truly integrated solutions. Our theme as we go into InfoComm 2018 this year is powerful tools for powerful experiences. And I really love the statement that makes. It's not only about the individual tools, the projection display, the displays themselves, the processing, the media servers, all of those bits and pieces that come together, but it's what happens when we put them all together that actually create what those powerful experiences are. So first thing, walking through the door, you will see probably, I'd like to suggest, and I think that you may agree with me, a really special, truly unique display, which is our Christie Guardian. It's part of Christie Mystique Install. And this is our one-touch, invisible, in the background, very, very accurate realignment tool. So this will be on a big 12 by 12 foot screen. It features our Crimson 3DLP laser phosphor projectors in a blend that's tricky, it's difficult, and customers are invited. And I remember watching our product manager last year at ISE, or sorry, this year at ISE. Gosh, it's 6 months and it's so
It's
far.
only 6 months, yeah.
It's so far away. ISE inviting people. He said, we must be one of the only folks that are on the floor in a booth that are inviting people to come and mess up our displays. Yep. And that's exactly what you'll get to do. Play around with it, knock it out of alignment, and watch this magnificent, wonderful tool fix everything in the background without you needing to do anything further. So that's a big, beautiful, really eye-catching, lovely content that's going to showcase the bold color technology that we have running in Crimson as well. Even before that, before you even get that far into the booth, we are featuring our digital signage with our LED display, which is both Core Plus, which was, again, introduced at ISE. That's a absolutely value-packed LED product that comes with a price tag that does not denote all the features and everything that you get within that product. And it's visually beautiful to look at and easy to handle, all the things that people are looking for in a digital signage venue. Apex as well is on that wall. That's our little LED corner. Yep. So a lot of brilliant display. Hopefully that's going to be eye-catching and drag everyone into the booth. And once you're inside, again, we're really focusing on those individual tools that start to let people think about, if I start building on them, layering them together, what is it that can I achieve? So as you mentioned, last year, Terra was introduced, big, huge launch from that perspective for us, with the beginning of what that AV over IP ecosystem looks like for us. And this year, I'm really, really happy to say that we are absolutely inviting people in to watch how Terra is actually driving the majority of the content in our booth. So you'll see it live. You see, we'll be running small demos for people to get a little bit more acquainted at the controller, the individual pieces, transmitter, receiver. But honestly, Terra is making the majority of the displays. It's delivering our audiovisual signals all throughout our booth, which is a fabulous thing. Working in tandem with Pandora's Box, as well as Spider. So we really want to unite those powerful tools together to show you these are the things that you can achieve with the experiences. Certainly down one side, Pandora's Box is going to feature really, really large. It's in fact taking up the whole length of one side of our booth. Oh, wow. With a series of displays that will walk you through, again, the everything that you get from Pandora's Box, with show control, with media compilation, everything that you need to really take what content can be, and your imagination is the only limit that you have. So there'll be, again, last year, now this was last year, at LDI, we had our little racetrack demonstration where we're showing our ID tagging. So there'll be information and display that actually follows our little racetracks, cars around on the racetrack. Another crowd pleaser. I think our booth is filled with a bunch of little pockets of things where we hope to have lots of crowds around them, that's for sure. Further along, we'll do a little bit more integrated demos featuring the fact that Pandora's Box version 6.1 has just introduced support in 9 languages. So that's another big feature and a plus as far as Pandora's Box is concerned. And then I won't say too much about it. I'll simply say within Pandora's Box, we will be showcasing brand new, introducing, not launching, but introducing an opportunity for automated content generation. And that is something to be seen. So that's all I can say at this point. Don't give too much away, but definitely come in to take a look at that. And then the other big news that we have for certain is the huge expansion in our laser phosphor lineup. So we're introducing, in fact, 6 models, I believe, in total. We have 2 that will be all belonging with our HS series. So that's 1 DLP laser phosphor. And the 2 of them that are introduced are 4K UHD, just an incredible box. Affordable 4K for those that don't necessarily have the need, the requirement, or the inclination as far as price is concerned to go to a native 4K resolution, but certainly doesn't scrimp on anything else. These boxes have, oh my gosh, integration with Christie Twist, which again, warp and blend capability, and an eye on integration with Terra as well. So again, they'll be able to, in the future, not right at the moment, but in the future, totally adapt our AV over IP system with Terra as well, which is good. And then the other addition as far as HS is concerned are 2 new models that are coming out in both HD and WU resolution at 16 and 20,000 lumens. And these boxes have got so much going on. You seriously do have to come in and take a look at how these projectors compare. The gap of where we narrow now between 3DLP and 1DLP is getting amazingly small for the what you get as far as performance out of the projection. So again, those are 1DLP laser projectors with bold color, enhanced bold color in every single one of the models again. So the image quality is absolutely spectacular. And the eye candy for the content that we have that'll be showcased on all of these displays will be amazing. And then my last thing that I want to call attention to is phenomenal content, absolutely fabulous content that will be on our Access discrete panels. We have a stack of those that are at the front of the booth, a little tower of Access LCD panels that will astound you for the build of the content of how that actually takes place on the front of the booth. So that's another, I think, showstopper. And then if you're lucky enough to be in the booth when we do it, several times throughout the day within the content that we show, we will be doing a content takeover. So we will, in fact, flex all the power of Spider, Pandora's Box, and Christie Terra with our displays to show you that we can control all of that, massive amounts of canvas and pixels all at one time with the products that we have. And that, to me, goes back to powerful tools let you create those powerful experiences no matter what application, what vertical, what market that you're in. There are a set combination of tools, whether it be a single independent tool on its own or ways we put them together and we integrate them. There is something that meets the needs of pretty much every application out there.
If somebody's never been a part of a content or experienced a content takeover, I saw it for the first time in a real good application, actually at Digital Signage Expo this year. And real briefly, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, it's where the entire breadth of all of the displays and all the digital signage in a space, let's say, all is dedicated to one message, right? One explanation. And the instance I saw was it was a movie theater mock-up, right? The lobby of a movie theater mock-up, and they did a content takeover to promote one specific movie for about 30 seconds, right? And all of the different screens had something related to it. Some of them were in tandem to it with each other, and they had different backgrounds and stuff like that. But it really is a powerful experience to
it definitely is. Yes, quite correct.
I want to kind of give my 2 cents on Mystique. Matt Scott and I were blessed enough to spend some time with Christie at ISE. That still remains one of the most astounding and astonishing and pieces that I point back to at that show specifically, ISE 2018, when people ask me what my top 3 or my top 5 takeaways were from ISE. I'm not saying that because you guys are an underwriter. I'm not saying that because anything else. But that piece of software, and that really is what it is, right? And to explain to folks, you have a projection blended together. You have 2 projectors blended together, which you do a lot of times in live staging. You also do it a lot in permanent installs in museums and in other
Correct.
installations. You have several projectors kind of, in this instance, there's 2 projectors kind of put together, edge blended together, and something happens. I don't know if it's HVAC. I don't know if it's the electrician when she walks by and she bumps it. I don't care what it is, but something's going to happen in that install that's going to shift one of those images, and they're no longer together. And this, you sit there, and Jivan was the one who kind of showed us. He was hitting, knocking the one projector, and you could see the offset, and we timed it. It was 60 seconds, I think was the most the one we saw. 60 seconds, and that image was back together again, and nobody did anything.
Exactly.
And the hours, the hundreds of man hours that solves right there. And just the the magic part of it that I just still, 6 months later, and I still am astounded by it. So yeah, if nothing else, at least go by and see that. But yeah, all the other stuff.
Positively.
One more thing real quickly. You said powerful tools for powerful experiences. Not for nothing, but Avixa has been talking about making sure that we as an industry create experiences, the exceptional experience. What's something that an integrator can take away? Obviously, you guys have a lot of products that'll help with that. But what can they walk into your booth and take away when it comes to using your tools to create some of those experiences?
I think the biggest thing that I would like integrators really alike to understand is that when we design, we've seen, if I take the example of AV over IP, in fact, as a platform to talk about this in, we are members of the SDVOE Alliance, and part of that initiative is, in fact, that there's a standardization on all of the pieces that belong and play with one another, so that regardless of what it is or how you're building your particular solution in your system, that those pieces play well together and that they're standardized. You don't have to worry about this doesn't work with this and I have to compensate or buy extra or there's more equipment needed. I feel like when we have the tools that we do and the things that we develop within our solution offering, that we certainly ensure that when we're putting those tools together, that we make the necessary adjustments, the requirements that meet the needs of those that are using them, so that these things play extremely well together. They'll enhance the performance because you're using Christie pieces along the way. You can pick, and as we said, powerful tools, we can talk about any one of the things that we have, from processing to our displays to any one of the elements within our portfolio as a powerful tool on its own. But the real power comes because we've put these things together, integrating them specifically so that they work and enhance one another. So when Pandora's Box works with projection, or Pandora's Box works with our LEDs, or we bring in Terra to work with Pandora's Box, or Spider, all of these things working together, we've made those handshakes along the way so that we're hopefully addressing the very specific challenges that integrators have. And we take we have been coining a phrase, and I'm going to use it right here, so because I really like it. It's simplexity. We take the complex nature of what any manner of visual experience, visual display can be out there, and they are getting more and more complex as every day passes. There's more technology out there, there's more things that people can do, and certainly people's imaginations are wide and above where the technology can take them. So our job, we feel, from an integrator's perspective, is to make that simple for them to be able to use, so they look good, so their customers look good, and everyone has access to the technology, and no one's afraid of it, as I wouldn't be able to do that because I don't have that technology, I don't have that skill set, I don't have someone on board. We're trying to simplify what that means so that you can use this technology and you can do spectacular things with it. That's really where the theme comes from. So that would be the takeaway. Come in, take a look, see how they all play together, and try them out.
All right, I like that the word
Good.
simplicity. So, all right, Arlana Seymour from Christie. If somebody is not going to InfoComm, again, the show is June 6th through the 8th in Las Vegas, Nevada. But they're not going, but they want to follow along with what Christie is doing and releasing next week. How do they do that?
Absolutely. Follow us on any one of the major social channels. We will be hopefully creating little snippets of things that people can take a look at least have the visual experience of what's been there. And right now, currently, if you visit christiedigital.com, click on the Powerful Tools banner on the homepage, and that will take you to our landing page. And from there, we've actually set it up with that in mind. Not everyone's going to go. We know we have the East and West divide, and some are Vegas followers and some are not. So we have options for people to click on, and most of the things that we've talked about here in the show today have an opportunity that you can connect with a salesperson right away to learn more. So if you aren't going to be there and you really are all intrigued about Guardian, look us up, and by all means, we'll get information in your hands.
All right, very good. Thank you so much, Arlana Seymour from Christie. My name is Tim Albright. For more information about us or follow along as we also head to Las Vegas June 6th to the 8th, go by the website AVNation.tv, AVNation.tv. You'll find shows like this, as well as our 2 weekly shows, AV Week, that looks at the commercial AV industry, and Resi Week looks at the residential side. All that and more at AVNation.tv, AVNation.